Hello, everybody, and welcome into another episode of Indiana Basketball After the Game. And coming to you with Dean Garrett, the great Dino Garrett from Las Vegas, baby. And I told you before we went on, we'd have been better off just taking 10 or 20 grand and just going red or black, baby, red or black.
Yeah, you got that right, man. That was a tough loss for those guys, man. They'll remember this loss for a long time.
It's so frustrating for I know it's frustrating for the fans because I'm sitting up there trying to be impartial, and I'm like, it's just shots wouldn't fall. And man, that open look that Parker had before he hit the three, if that goes down, there's just so many things that could have changed this game. But that's the Indiana's entire season. There's so many little things that could have changed this entire season.
Man, I tell you, I was inside Buffalo Wild Wings out here in Las Vegas, and I was with one Indiana grad and two other guys that are friends of mine, and they heard us cheering. And then I had another guy on the other side who was an Ohio State grad, and he was trying to cheer Indiana on. So trust me, that was a tough loss, man. And I hate to say it, man, they might be remembering that game for a long time.
Yeah, because this could be what keeps them out of the NCAA tournament for a sixth consecutive year. I cannot believe that I'm saying that. And they were on the bubble today. This was known as a play-in game. Rutgers doesn't have as good a overall record as Indiana, but they have a better conference record. So they're probably in solidly now, and they have Penn State to play to end the season, where Indiana has to go up to West Lafayette.
Yeah, man. We were watching the game on TV, and they even had it first four in, first four out, and Indiana was in, and Rutgers was on the out. And so I was talking to my friend. I was like, "Well, this is going to make it right here because one of these two teams is going to be out." And unfortunately, it might be the ones that we're both cheering for.
Indiana now, they have to go up to West Lafayette, like I said, and not many people, me including, give them much of a chance there. I just don't think that they, from what we've seen, that they have the power. But Purdue is not exactly they haven't had the season they quite expected. Not that the season was bad, but Indiana has beaten them once. Of course, that was here in the Simon Scott Assembly Hall, not at Mackey, which is going to be absolutely nuts. You played in that place. What's that like?
Oh, I'll tell you, I've never won in Purdue. My 2 years, we beat Purdue at home, but I've never personally won inside Mackey Arena. And the two times I have been in there, it was chaos. It was nuts. And so these guys going in there on this trip after we beat them in Assembly Hall, oh man, and they just lost. So it's going to be chaos in there because they know they're trying to keep us out of the Big Ten tournament. They're trying to keep us out of the NCAA tournament. They're trying to keep us out of everything, and they know a win's going to do that.
No, I think that if they lose to Purdue, which is not a shocker, they're not going to be favored there.
Sure.
But if they do lose to Purdue, I think they may have to win 3 games in the Big Ten tournament to get back on this good side. Because if this Rutgers loss puts them one out, and then the Purdue loss puts them another out, you've got to get back to get back in. So it's going to be very interesting and very tight for this team to get moving forward into the tournament. Dean, we saw them the first half. They just were destroying Rutgers in the paint. I mean, Trace Jackson Davis was just punching people out almost, scoring at will. And then Rutgers was able to make an adjustment, and buddy, they shut that down in the second half. He scored, I remember, with just 1 minute inside of the second half, didn't score again until he hit 2 free throws with, 4 minutes to go maybe.
Yep. Well, what you just said, Jim, has been the story of their life all year long. They play a very good first half, and they don't play a very good second half. They do not really know how to close, and you really can't teach closing. I don't know how any coach can teach a team how to close. It just kind of comes with the experience and with the guys being together for a long time. I guess it's maybe a chemistry part. But yeah, they're not very good at closing, man. And thank goodness Trace did come back. I was thinking about this today, but man, Trace might not even make first team All Big Ten.
Well, today was senior day, and only two
Yep.
players went through that. That was Parker Stewart and Race Thompson. And Race Thompson was very emotional, so we don't know if he has the option to come back. Well, actually, they both do. Trace Jackson Davis could come back. That's not what's been predicted, but we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. But this team has got to find ills or cures to their ills, man. And one of their biggest ills is just shooting. They only had 3 turnovers in the first half, Dean. They were taking care of the ball and rebounding. They were just doing everything right, but yet they couldn't put any separation between themselves and Rutgers because they couldn't hit shots. Everything that they benefited from in the middle, they just couldn't build on it with the jump shots that they missed.
Man, Rutgers just hung in there the whole time, man. And when you're a away team, and all you gotta do is hang in there. Just hang in there and see what happens. And that's exactly what happened with Rutgers. And you know, and I tell you, when I saw Ron Harper Jr. coming down that floor with that ball, I was like, this is not good. Not good at all. And he's done it all year long, so I wouldn't say it's luck. I mean, he's just a clutch college player. I mean, he takes, a lot from his dad, and he's been doing this for a while. I mean, he did it to us tonight at Purdue. This is not his first time doing it.
I want to take a reset here. Don't forget, we're brought to you by the great folks from the WOW Network. Get your WOW card. Go to your app store, whether it's Samsung or Google or Apple, whatever. They have it there. My WOW or the WOW card gives you great savings at the many restaurants here, whether it's Southern Stone or Feast, Cabello, all kinds, and the new ones that'll be opening up. Dean, when you come back to Bloomington, you're going to be able to go to a different restaurant every day of the week here and not have to pay for a meal, brother.
Oh, okay. I look forward to that, man. I definitely need to get back there. It's been 2 years ever since Coach Knight came back to campus, man. And I've been looking for a really, really good time to come back. But when I come back, I want to see a W. I don't want to come back and see no L's.
Well, you may have to come during the summer and watch some intramurals or something.
Man, or do where the football team is playing and then the basketball team plays the same day and they're playing somebody we don't know. But, man, they can't keep taking these on the chin. This is tough.
No, it's not. They've got the recruits are coming or we know that there's help coming, but it's just hard to watch because when you see something that is this close, it was really painful this season. Watching them lose some of the games that they lost, the Northwestern game, that is going to haunt them. It still continues to haunt them. That Northwestern game, and with the suspensions or not, they just should have won the game, but the suspensions were just really bad.
Oh, 100%. They should have won that game. I can't even imagine what the guys who broke the curfew and what they're going through and knowing that's on their back and everybody knowing what they did. I couldn't even imagine that. But first of all, I couldn't even imagine having a curfew because we didn't have a curfew. I mean, we got to Chicago. We were right to the room, and that was it.
I was going to say, you didn't need a curfew, did you?
No, I didn't need a curfew. We didn't have a curfew. So, so the fact that they even have a curfew, I mean, kudos to them. But, yeah, that never happened to our team because we weren't getting a curfew. We got to Northwestern. We got to Evanston or wherever that is. We were in the hotel. It was no like, I'll see you in a couple hours. I'm going to go out. It was nothing like that.
Yeah, Brian Evans was on a couple of weeks ago, and he was the same way. He goes, if I'd have been there and if I'd have known about it, he goes, I'd have been kicking somebody's ass.
Oh, my goodness.
He was not happy. He was not happy at all about that.
No, man, because you took over the whole season when you did that. It took a little while for those guys to get back to get on the same page. I mean, they lost at Northwestern, then they came back and everybody played the next game, and then they didn't play well. I mean, I would never want that on my back as a college player, as an NBA player, as a Italy, when I played in Italy, all those things. I wouldn't want any of that.
Speaking of Italy, our our friend Mo Creek was on. We had him on the other day. He's got out
Yep,
of Ukraine. I'm sure you've been following that.
I did.
Very cool. Talk to him about coming back this summer to do a camp. Man, if we can get that put together, that would be a great time for you to come back. Come back and have fun, see some guys.
First of all, man, I'm just so happy that Mo was able to get out of there. I couldn't even come close to imagining what he was going through and what he still might be going through. I mean, I'm pretty sure he had to leave some things and to just get out of there like that. And with this going on, I mean, I can't even speak on that because I've never experienced it. So, I mean, I experienced being in the Ukraine before, which I have. We had to play some games there, but I couldn't even experience him being in a bomb shelter and trying to get out of there, man. And I'm so happy that I heard that he got out of there, man. And I wanted to do a video for him, but unfortunately, I don't know how to do a video and then send it through to the email.
Yeah.
And I'm not even lying. That's just the honest to God truth. I
Well,
really
a lot
want
of
to do
times
it.
you can't because they're too big. They won't go through. And
Yeah, I don't
sometimes
know how
there's
to
only
do
ways
it. And I wanted to do something for him to tell him, hey, man, we're thinking about you, man. Hope, I'm with you. God bless you. You and your family. Stay safe. And to all those other people that were inside that bomb shelter with him, because I'm sure he wasn't by himself. And then I did hear that he got out, and I think he was going to Romania.
Yes, he was in Rome. I talked to. He was on the show a couple of days ago when hours after he got out. But the greatest thing of all, the thing that cracks me up, is do you know where he was heading to dinner?
No.
Benihana's.
In Romania or in
Yes,
in Chile?
yes. He crossed the border, and then not too much longer later, he's going to have dinner at Benihana's. I just thought that is the funniest thing that I've ever heard in my life.
I've never been to Romania, so I don't know how safe that is or anything like that. Because all I can think of, if I was in his situation, I would have been trying to get to the closest airport and getting the first thing that was going to connect me to New York, Boston, Miami, any of those places. Get me on the first thing out of here. Benihana's would not have been my choice. But if that was his choice, then I guess that he was pretty safe and he felt that he was safer than where he was, man. But hey, man, God bless him. God bless his family. And God bless everybody who's out there in Ukraine, man, because this is a horrible situation. I'm glad that he's able to get out of there and hopefully get back to the United States quick.
Absolutely. Very happy for him to have gotten out. You're absolutely right. And we look forward to talking to him again soon. But some of the comments, getting back to the game, they need to make some changes outside. Yeah, there's going to be changes with this team, Dean. There's no question. We don't know. Is Race Thompson coming back? He went through Senior Day festivities. He's got the option. Trace Jackson Davis did not go through Senior Day festivities, although he's not a senior, so I guess IU does not allow that. So he might not be back. You've got Rob Finney, who did not go through the ceremony, who has the option to come. It's just there's so much. You've got guys coming in. It's a numbers game, and there are, but I can't imagine that there are people here that won't be here next year. And I'm not talking about Trace or Race. There has to be some other changes. This team just needs more firepower, man. You've got to be able to hit shots, and that was too many times this year, Dean. It seems like that they just couldn't hit a stinking shot when they needed it badly.
True. Or they took bad shots when they didn't need to take them bad shots. But I tell you, man, I mean, this is a tough year. I mean, for all of us, we're all Indiana fans. Anybody who's listening to my voice and your voice, we're all you fans, man. And so I don't want to make excuses. I don't want to keep beating a dead drum. I mean, but this is Mike's first year. He brought some excitement back to the team. It's not over. I don't want to say they're done.
That's what Mike Woodson said in the postgame conference.
Yeah, this is not his team. He's going to start bringing in his guys. This is still Archie Miller's team, and he's going to start bringing in some guys, man. So I mean, it's always tough, man. Trust me, I'm a Cowboy fan, so it's always tough. So I'm always optimistic about what's going to happen. I'm a Cowboys fan. I have no other choice. But I'm definitely an Indiana lover and an Indiana diehard. And, watching that game today, it's tough to watch that, man, because you ain't supposed to lose that game on senior night, and you ain't supposed to lose that game to Rutgers. Not at all.
Nope. Next up is the Big Ten tournament. Next week, they will be playing on, I think it starts Tuesday. So
Purdue's first.
Purdue.
Yeah, Purdue's first.
Oh, that's right. What am I thinking?
Yeah, I mean, we would all like to forget Purdue was next.
I did forget that game. I was like, oh, man. Then the Big Ten tournament. You never know. Crazier things have happened. But you're still, how's the casinos treating you?
Man, the casino's good, man. Vegas is good. We have no mask mandates anymore out here. So that's always good. It brings more people into the casinos and brings more people in Las Vegas and keeps our economy out here thriving.
Where do the people need to come see you?
I work in New York. So that's where I'm at. I've had a few Indiana people walk through there and say hello to me. And I've seen a couple of people walking around with Indiana shirts on. And I always try to come out and say, anytime I see anybody with an Indiana shirt on, I always walk by them and say, go IU or go Hoosiers. And sometimes
they have no idea.
Know who I am.
That cracks me up, man.
I just tap them and I'm keep walking. So they just say, yeah, go Hoosiers. And they have no idea. And I love that.
That is hilarious. Oh, my goodness. The New York, the greatest thing about that, it has a roller coaster there. And there's a little bit that dips into the casino. And I would like to ride that. I rode it once, but I like to ride it again.
You come in town, I'll get you on a roller coaster. I promise you that.
Oh, I'm sure you will. I'm going to yell.
I'll yell at you on the roller coaster. I promise you.
I rode it once, man. But yeah, I'm not big. I won't get on that one on top of the stratosphere. Hell no.
No, you come on. You come to New York. I got you on there. No doubt.
Dino, I can't thank you enough as always, man. Can't wait to get you in town. I'd love to get you, man. We love to get a camp together or something with you guys. That would be phenomenal. That would be phenomenal. But as always, I can't thank you enough, man. You are always great, and hopefully we get to talk to you again before this season's over.
Hey, for sure, man. Let's hope for the best, and let's see what happens.
Absolutely. Dean Garrett joining us from the 1987 National Championship team from Las Vegas, by the way. Dean, thank you so much. Brought to you by the Wow Club. Go to mywownetwork.com and get the Wow Club or the Wow card. You can also go to your own app store to get that. Until Monday, tomorrow, I'm Jim Coyle. I will see you on the radio. Forgot what day it was.